In this video I'm going to show you how you can make coins like these that when you pick them up a sound plays and also an effect. So stay until the end of the video to find out. So to get things started, I already made this coin, which I'm going to add into the replicated storage. And if you want to use the effects, you also need to add them into the replicated storage. And if you want to use a sound when you pick up the coin, you also need to add it into the starter GUI. After that, you want to go and make a part, anchor it, make it whichever size you want, and this part will be the surface that the coins spawn on. So this is good for me, and rename it into coin part. You also want to add a folder into workspace and rename it coins. Now the last thing you need to do is actually add a script into the server script service and start scripting. So first we will get players, then we'll get a replicated storage, and then when we get the replicated storage we will get the coin template. Also check out the first link in the description if you want to buy some quality models. And make sure you spell this right, as it's the name of the coin. Then we get the coins folder. This will be where we clone the coins into. Then get the coin part. So the coins will spawn on top of this part. And now last thing you want to do is get max coins. If you don't want this feature, but I really do recommend it because your game could even crash if there's too many coins. And I will put maybe 10. So this is basically the maximum amount of the coins that can spawn. And for example, if there are 10 coins and the player picks it up, after a few seconds, when we set the delay, it will spawn another coin. And I actually misspelled this, it should be players, not player. Because we will get the player inside of the function. Send players.player added, connect function, then we get the player. And now we first need to make leader stats. And make sure you spell the leader stats exactly like this if you want it to show in the top right corner. And actually, instead of typing .parent, we can delete this. We can go inside of these brackets, put comma, and then put player. So this is basically creating a new folder inside of the player. Then we make coins instance. And I will use int value for this. You could even use a number value. And I will parent it to the leader stats. So this is the name of the leader stats coins, and I will set the starting value to be 0. If you want the players to start out with, for example, 10, 100, 500 coins, you can then write it here. Now I will make a function that actually creates the coins. So this if statement here checks for the amount of the coins inside the coins folder, and if it's less than the max amount of coins, then it will spawn the coins. Then we need to clone the coin template. And now, because we want the positions to be random, we'll get a random X position on the coin part. And we also need to get a random position on Z axis. And now you can just copy this. Okay, so now that we have that, we need to actually set the position of the coin. So not parent, but position. And we'll use vector 3 for that. So first we get the random X position. And then we'll do coin part.position. And then we'll get the Y axis. So all the coins are on the same height. And I will add +2. So that's kind of in the level of the humanoid's torso. And then we add the random Z position. And the last thing here, we need to parent the actual coin to the coins folder. After that, we will make a debounce. So the effects and sounds don't play and the player doesn't get too many of the coins by just picking up one. Now we'll use coin.touched and connect it to the function. And inside of these brackets put hit, so we know what hit the actual coin. And now we will get the player from players, and then we'll use get player from character, and inside these we'll put hit.parent, because we're assuming that what's hitting the coin will be a body part. Now we'll need to check if it's an actual player, and if the debounce is false, then we'll set debounce to be true, so we know that the player is actually picking up the coin currently. And then we will add one coin to the player's leader stats. Of course, if we want an item or a coin to be worth more, you can just put however much you want. I will put 1. And since we also have the sound inside the starter GUI, we will use player GUI .sound play. And one more thing I actually forgot to do. Since we do have the sound inside the starter GUI, but we can do same with the visual effects, so we need to go back up here when we get the player, and since it's already making new leader sets and all that, we'll just use this function. So first of all put task.wait and then put around 5 seconds, I think, because that's kind of the time that the character needs to load. Now we'll get the effect, and then we'll clone it, and then we will parent it to the player.character, and then we'll find for child humanoid root part. Now the reason we'll put humanoid root part instead of a torso is because some players play with R6 characters, some with R15. If you have your game set to R6 or R15, then you can maybe put upper torso or just torso, but I will put humanoid root part. So now back down here, we can do local effect equals player.character, find for child humanoid root part, and then put dot effect. Now we only need to do effect and then emit, and I will put 10, so this is basically the amount of the particles you want the effect to emit, and then we will destroy the coin. And I will also add a task.wait 0.1 so we can pick up other coins. Okay, so go down to times and press enter. Now we'll make a new function. We'll do spawn function, and the reason why we are using spawn is so this function can basically run while other things run too, because this will be a while loop. Of course, if you don't want your coins to be spinning, you can just skip this part. So this is a bit of math. We'll just use math.rad, which just returns radians, and then this will spin the coin for 1 degree, and then I will add task.wait, and we can leave this empty. Now go down to the bottom, make a new function, coin spawner, and we'll do while true do, and then we'll just run this function and put task.wait 4. So this number 4 will be basically at what delay will the coin spawn. And then last thing down here, put spawn, and we'll do coin spawner. So this is the whole script here. You can copy it. And now I will test it. Okay, so the coins aren't spinning, but we can pick them up. And let's see in the output. Okay, so seems we have an error, so let's go fix that. Okay, so I figured out what the error was. So instead of this plus, we need to put this little star here, so these will basically multiply. So let's test it now. Okay, so that seemed to fix it. There are no errors right now, and we can just pick up the coins, and we'll hear the sound and also see the effect. So that's it from this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and subscribe. You can also join the Discord down below, and thanks for watching.